What's up everyone, TrueBlue here, and if you're watching this when it comes out, this video is probably premiering. In that case, I will be watching this video with you guys, even though I literally recorded it, so you can chat with me if you want. Besides that, I just reached 200 subs. I had a big freak out at work, I popped off when I saw that, so all the hype's already kind of out of me, but thank you all so much. 200 is crazy. The views, just they were a couple hundred here and there. And then in this past 48 hours, it skyrocketed. And I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much for the support. It means a lot to me for just having fun, sharing my ideas with you guys, sharing my interest, my thoughts. It really means the world. So today, what I will be doing is a game of, I think it's just 20 questions. I will be asked 20 questions, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. If I, A, can't answer it, don't want to answer it, and can be answered in terms of it can be put on YouTube, if that doesn't work, I will go onto Amazon and make a purchase. Said purchase will then become a later video in some way, shape, or form, so you guys can look forward to that if I fail any of these. I don't actually know any of the questions before going into this, so this is going to be fun, for sure. And with me today, I have my best friend, one of my best friends, Double Dog, aka Chase. What Chase will be doing for me today is has the questions, and will also be reading them out. He will provide me with the various questions, and he can judge whether or not I've answered them properly. What is your favorite color? So, for those who've watched the very much old podcast at this point, you would know my favorite color is not actually the blue/cyan that I use for all my channel branding. My favorite color is actually yellow. I know. Crazy. TrueBlue doesn't. His favorite color is not blue. Insane. It actually is my third favorite color. It's not even my second. It's my third favorite color. That shade of blue, cyan, whatever you want to call it, is my third favorite color. My favorite color overall is yellow, and between them is a dark red, maroon, if you will. Look, branding wise, blue works a lot better than yellow. That's just simple logic. So I put blue instead of yellow. And when I did start this channel, blue wasn't my favorite color. It was my second favorite color at the time. So that's why. Because if this was now, it would be true maroon or true red or something like that. So there you go.
Red.
True.
It's red. It's just red. What is your favorite video game?
So my favorite video game, for those who have not watched my top 10 video games of all time, my favorite video game is Pokemon White 2 for the Nintendo DS. It is my childhood video game, the one I personally played a ton. And if you watch that video, you know there's other games that have definitely come close. Didn't beat it because my nostalgia is way stronger than any sense of just what a good game is. So my favorite food is grilled sardines.
Really?
Yeah, well, you know personally that I love seafood, I love fish, but my family I am very much a white American, but my whole family is Portuguese, from Portugal. I am first gen in America? Yeah, go with that. And because I have a lot of Portuguese food, and my favorite thing is Portuguese styled sardines. It's cooked differently here in America, how sardines are prepared. There's different seasoning and stuff that my mom does. It is my favorite food of all time. I can eat. I will literally down a whole fish. Delicious. I've cooked them myself at that, and I've caught fish myself. I haven't caught a sardine and cooked it, but that's a bucket list thing for me. It's one day I want to go out, get sardines myself, and then cook them myself. Because I think those would be delicious just because the extra bonus of I'm the one who got them myself. But yeah, that's my favorite food. So, do I have any pets? At the current moment, I do not. I do not own a single pet unless you count the duck or my stuffed... Where is he? I don't know where I actually have him. I have a little dog plush that I call Burrito. He's like a pet. And I have the duck that I've talked about, my giant Psyduck. When I was younger, I had a pet fish named No, I was gonna say Swimmy. There was a little fish, like a little tiny fish named Swimmy, who it was one of those like cheap store-bought fish that my parents used to always get. And I remember they stopped getting it because one morning I woke up early, like really early for school. And I go to the bathroom and then I see my dad just the fish right down the toilet, and I'm sitting there like dumbfounded. And then later on, my parents explained to me that the fish would last not even a week. They found like this cheap, like shady store they would go to and get like the same freaking fish all the time. It was sad. And then I want to say it was 7. We had Goldie. Or was it Goldie? It was some sort of like spiky Goldie. He looked like a typical goldfish, but genuinely if he was just all spikes. Like needle Kirby. Like literally that's like how I would describe it. He lasted, I kid you not, that fish lasted a decade. Like that fish lived for like 10 years. I don't know how. Because I think the life expectancy of that type of fish is 2 years. So that fish was insane. It lived forever. But eventually it did pass. That was a sad day. But yeah, that's the only pets I ever owned. I would like a dog. I'm a very big dog person, but I've never owned one. So yeah. So I'll give you my joke answer, aka my second favorite, and then my actual favorite, because shockingly enough, my favorite movie is not the 1965 cult classic The Sound of Music starring Julie Andrews. I love that movie. It is... Chase, for reference, how many years now have you known me that I've been going to tell people that my favorite movie is that? Like, I say that every time.
Like half a decade straight up. It's insane.
So for the longest time, I would say that's my favorite movie. It was more of a joke answer, but at some point I was just like, honestly, it's not that bad. I'll say it's my favorite because I never felt like strong emotions towards a movie. Then everything changed. And I'm talking 2 weeks ago. We're talking 2 weeks ago on a Friday night. Most insane Friday night of my life. My friend Reggie invited me over. Said, hey, let's hang out. And then they said, hey, let's watch a movie. I have never had such an emotional roller coaster and heartbreak in my life that I watched, I want to say 2007, it's an anime movie, Your Name, I think it is in English, I'll put up the poster. That movie
that's good.
Absolutely destroyed me. That movie, we sat for that whole thing. It ended, half an hour later, I was literally on the floor, still like going insane. I was like screaming. I was like, why? Oh my God. Like the entire movie, a part of me was like kind of acting for a bit. And then at some point the bit stopped. And that was probably like 10 minutes into the movie. I stopped overacting and was just generally just like, this movie is insane. And I kept watching. And
damn,
that movie has still been on my mind, haunting me because of how much heartbreak is in that movie. And then it ended. And it was a happy ending. And man, listen, comments, if you want to see me absolutely spiral, I will do a video on that. The one time I'll do a video that's not gaming or Kamen Rider, it's just full anime movie, I will talk about it and my reaction. Because genuinely that movie broke me. That broke me as a human being. And they're like, oh man. Alright. That is my favorite movie though.
What's your favorite pastime?
So like, okay, in my day-to-day, my go-to thing is typically like I would have said gaming. But in all honesty, I don't actually game that often. If I game, it's a long stretch of time, but it's probably not my favorite pastime in all honesty.
Really?
This is gonna sound so lame. So lame. I think I have more fun designing and editing things like on my laptop than I do like playing games, in all honesty.
That's not lame at all. That's
I genuinely think like sitting down, recording, editing YouTube, making my thumbnails, making like the Photoshop stuff for my videos, like those, I think that time spent doing those things, I typically have more fun and I'm just enjoying myself more than when I'm gaming. And I think that's less of like, it's hard to say, especially since everything I'm doing related to YouTube is gaming related, so it's really hard to say that. But I think I get more enjoyment if I'm recording myself play a game than just full on just playing it on my own. And that also definitely has to do because I have not purchased a game in a while. And a lot of the games I'm playing are just my backlog, or it's, you know, the last few games I played through were Pokemon Red and Yellow because I played Blue, and then I just finished Crystal and I'm playing Gold because I played Silver. Like, I'm just going through a backlog right now, so it's definitely not like anything's really like hitting me too much. So yeah, I think at the current moment, my favorite pastime is, I guess, creating and designing things. That'll be my answer.
What's your craziest memory?
I will say there was this absolutely insane time. I was hanging out with Ink Nova, aka Terrence. We were playing Pikmin 2. This memory, this is like a core memory for me. Me and him spent a day literally going through all of Challenger mode together on my save. And there was one level, I forgot what the level was, but we were at the end. It was literally the end. The 10-second timer started. We were like, it's GG. But in those last 10 seconds, Terrence got the key with his Pikmin. And it did the cutscene. And literally the timer, it's now like 2, 1. I find the exit. It was where a door was, so we still had Pikmin there. So the Pikmin broke the exit for us just by pure happenstance. And at 0 seconds, at the 0 second mark, I was able to reach the exit and hit the button. So we escaped and did the thing. We like passed the trial.
It's like something out of a movie.
That was one of the most clutch Pikmin moments. Besides that, probably flying on a private jet. Just, complete opposite side of the spectrum. I have flown on a private jet before in my life. Do I know who owned it? No. I don't actually know who owned it. I do know it was a private jet. I was in elementary school. I was 9 or 10. Due to being, I wasn't top of my class. I was class president. I wasn't nominated. I literally just it was like full dictatorship. Like I just somehow became class president. That's a whole other thing. But because of that, I got to go on a private jet, and I got an extra field trip where I spent a day in New York. I went to a college. I forgot what the college was. It was so long ago. But yeah, there's your craziest memories. I gave a gaming one, and then just completely out of nowhere.
You single? Not me asking that.
Nah.
Just a question.
Are you? Listen, if you're asking, that's completely okay. It
I'm
is.
Not.
Chase, it's Pride Month, and I respect you. Okay,
oh
if you're asking, you can.
No. I like Mulder.
So to answer your question, no. Oh wait, was the question, are you single or are you not single? I'm so dumb.
Are you single?
Are you? Okay. Yes. I have been for the past... Shit, 6 years? Damn!
Hey.
That just like hit me tough. Wow, yeah. I haven't had, yeah. Yeah, no, it's literally been 6 years since I've had a relationship.
Damn.
Next question, please. Damn.
Have you ever committed a crime?
That's a question, all right. So to answer that, besides like jaywalking, but actually no.
We all do that.
Yeah. I was gonna say I you know where I live, my neighborhood, there's not really sidewalks at some point, so you kind of have to. Besides stuff like that, the answer is no. I haven't done anything actually illegal.
Not yet.
I know, how lame. Sorry, no, I haven't done any crimes.
What's your least favorite video game? Like ever? Like just worst, and you hate it.
So, okay. I have two answers.
Mm-hmm.
One that I've played, one that I've not played. My question is, which one do you count as my least favorite? Because if I was asking this question, I'd say the one that I've played. The one that I haven't played, it's for other reasons besides that, like the game itself, you know?
Well, I'm curious about both, but what I'm asking is like the one that you have played. Like,
okay.
Look at that.
So simple answer, Bendy and the Ink Machine Console Edition. That is the genuinely worst experience I've ever had playing a game.
Damn.
I know they patched it. I haven't played it since they patched it. But on launch, because I got that game, because this was before I was like playing like Steam and like had a decent enough PC for that. So I waited for console. It came out on console. I want to say this was 2017, 2018. That made FNAF Security Breach on launch look amazing to me. Like that was
crazy.
That game on Switch specifically, horrendous. Constantly lagged, buffered, crashed. It didn't save right. The mechanics just didn't work right. It was generally a horrendous experience. And the original Bendy, like, the Dark Survival is a much better game. And the first one isn't that bad in my opinion. Like, if you just like remove the glitches, like the story itself is a pretty decent story. Gameplay wise, it's very boring and kind of monotonous at points. But honestly, not the worst game. On console, I would never play that again. Genuinely worst thing. It was also a GameStop exclusive. That's how you know. That is how you know.
What is your least favorite state in the United States of America?
So, as someone who's actually like never seen most of the states in person, I've only ever been to New Jersey and New York. In Rhode Island. I don't think I've actually gone like properly into another state besides those. But from the outside perspective, honestly, it's kind of a tie. Texas and Ohio.
Nah.
Okay. Texas is just so insane. That's all you need to say. It's Texas. Ohio, I don't have anything against Ohio. The jokes just kind of got old at some point.
That's crazy.
That's it.
They didn't even do anything.
If it wasn't for, actually, a third one, Alabama. I don't know if those accusations are true, but if it is the case, I don't want them in the US anymore.
Yeah, no, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, least favorite gaming company.
I think I'll do gaming company. Social media is like, that's...
Ooh. I like have an answer, but now I'm sitting here. I'm like, do I take the first Amazon hit?
Oh shit!
That's
Really?
my
Is it
thing.
that-
Well, okay. As someone who only does gaming content, publicly stating which one I just dislike or something, I feel like that's like bad news right there. I don't only do Nintendo, so if I like diss on anyone else, that's honestly not that big a deal. But I'm just sitting here, just like, do I wanna make that public knowledge?
Start browsing, buddy.
You know what? I think there's gonna be a spicier question later that's gonna make me spend. So you know what? I'm not taking the hit. My least favorite company that produces games, in my opinion, if my history is correct, if my knowledge of gaming is correct, it's Sony.
Ooh, really?
So
That's not that crazy.
let me explain. I'm not saying this towards any of like the specific teams or devs, because I love like Kingdom Hearts, Crash, Spyro. I play those games. I love them. I don't own any PlayStation, but I play them. I love those games. And they're PlayStation exclusives for the most part, or they were. The reason I can say it's my least favorite, I might be mixing them up with Xbox, Microsoft. I might be mixing them up, I'm gonna be honest. But if my knowledge of gaming serves correct, they're the ones who created the whole pay for your internet, your services, all those microtransactions. That all started from someone in Sony, if my knowledge serves me correct. It might be Microsoft. I might be mixing the two up, but if my gaming knowledge on companies that aren't Nintendo, which is much smaller, like if you ask Nintendo, I could do a 20-hour straight Nintendo facts. You ask any other company, you get 5 minutes at best. So with all that being said, if everything is correct, Sony is my least favorite.
So, know you're big into JoJo, like, but what's your favorite JoJo part? Like, what's your favorite part of JoJo?
All right. So as someone who has seen the 6 parts of the anime, read a little bit of 7, a little bit of 8, and read the first few parts of 9, and then just stopped keeping up because I'm not just a reader person. Favorite's a tough one. That's a tough one. I might have to literally like narrow this down. Like it's not part 1. It's not part 1. I love part 2 Joseph so much, but the stands aren't introduced yet, and I think that the combat got so much better, like the fights. So definitely, I don't think part 2 either, but I love part 2 so much. Honestly, I don't think I don't think part 3 or 6, due to the constant setting switch. Like part 4 is only in that one town. Part 5, it's only they are traveling, but it's a very much smaller distance. Compared to like part 1, they're going country to country. Part 6, they go a fair bit of distance, and a lot of it's also set in the prison, which is a very bland setting in my opinion.
Yeah.
So then, okay, if the question is between part 4 or 5, that's tough. That is a tough one.
Choose wisely.
Okay, I'm gonna try like separating this as much from the anime as possible, because if we take music into account, I think part 5 has the better OST. But I'm also based because Giorno's theme slaps, and I stand by that. Man, that's tough. Like, the action in part 5 is so good, but like everyone is having so much fun in part 4. Josuke, he's so funny. Actually, hold up. Okay, part 5 cast versus part 4 cast. Part 4 cast dominates immediately. Okuyasu, Koichi, Rohan. Yeah, part 4. Part 4.
That's why you're the GOAT.
Listen, I love the part 5 cast, But like Okuyasu and Koichi, they're the boys. They're the boys, man. You can't compete. The stands are definitely better in part 5 in my opinion, though. I think I like the stands better in part 5 than 4's. And that is me saying that with King Crimson and Gold Experience Requiem existing. Those two exist. Well, yeah. All right, but that's my answer. My favorite part of JoJo's part 4.
Love you so much. Love part 4.
You know, go back to the "Are you single?" question. Like,
honestly, now that you said that, I might have to reconsider.
Overrated on the online, like internet.
Or maybe in general, whichever one would like.
No,
be
I think the internet issue. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. Okay.
Overrated on the internet. I have like an answer in mind. I don't fully agree with what I'm gonna say, but I know if I said it, like 20 million dislikes.
No.
I think okay. Before anyone starts reacting, let me explain first before I get into it. Mind you, I love this console. I love the games on it. I do think the online definitely overhypes the NES though. Or SNES. Now, I know there are phenomenal games on it. I've played Super Mario World. I've played Super Metroid. Like, the games on the console are phenomenal. But saying that is like peak gaming, I wouldn't necessarily agree. You know, that console, there's still issues with it. It's, you know, there are improvements in later generations, and I don't think saying that is peak gaming is necessarily the correct statement, which is why I'm saying it's overhyped, because people praise it like it is a church, like a cult of people praise the SNES, and I get it, but I don't agree. Oh, man. As someone who had to play through an entire game set in this for a Let's Play, man, oh, honestly, while I would say yes, like I would be scared to answer this. Honestly, I think I'm willing to die on that hill.
Really?
I genuinely think I'm willing to die on that hill. That those are the worst. Those are the worst set of games in Pokemon.
Okay.
That being worst generation. All the there's 8 generations. 8 generations. We're talking mainline games only. The worst Pokemon games, in my opinion. Oh wait, hold up. Are you saying worse? Okay. Before I answer this, because this technically, my answer I guess would technically be different. Are we including all of the games, or are you saying specifically what I'm going to answer, like the games I'm just going to say right now?
Main series.
No, I get that, but I'm saying, like, say if I was like my least favorites, like Gen 1, does that include Red, Blue, Yellow, all of them? Those main series games? Or like, say I go to Gen 8, and I'm like Sword, Shield, the DLC, Legends, BDSP, you know?
Would your answer change if that included all of the games?
Yes, because I think every other game besides the ones I want to say are phenomenal. That's why.
well then no. Just including no remakes, just those games.
Oh, okay. So okay, excluding remakes, so just those base games.
Yes.
Gen 4, easy. Oh. Gen 4.
Oh my god.
No, if we're removing Heart Gold Soul Silver, easy Gen 4. Easy Gen 4. No, if we included remakes, I would probably say, based off of that, Gen 1 is the worst, because it's... Actually, no. that's hard to debate Gen 1 and 2, because I have a lot of mixed opinions on both of those. But if that was the case, my answer would be different. If we're removing remakes, specifically talking like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum only, and compared to the others, honestly, we're set. We're set. And here's my thing. Platinum is still a phenomenal game. I highly recommend Platinum to anyone who hasn't played it either. But Diamond and Pearl, the original Diamond and Pearl, I think are so bad that they do, like, Platinum cannot save that. And I've played for all the Pokemon games. I can tell you right now, like, I had phenomenal time with Gen 1, 2. Gen 3 is honestly, like, probably the best gen, just, like, overall. Gen 5, phenomenal. I love Gen 6. I love Gen 7. I love Gen 8. Love Gen 9. I love all those games, even if they have flaws. I love all of them. I can't say that about Diamond and Pearl. I think Diamond and Pearl, and even if we include the remakes, I know you said remakes don't really count for anything, but even BDSP still sucks in my opinion. I just think there's no saving that original Diamond and Pearl. I think those games are just bad. Like, the Pokemon introduced, the characters introduced, they're all phenomenal. Like, I don't have a problem with them. It's... I think the game itself is so just... No, it's so slow. And this is coming from someone who's played for Gen 1 and 2. Like, it's so naturally slow on the DS. Like, it just runs, in my opinion, so poorly from my experience that I can't say it's a good game. And again, I played base Sword and Shield. I think that game just ran naturally better. Like, it ran better than the original Diamond and Pearl. Platinum, still a phenomenal game. But if we're including those original two, I have to die on that hill that Pokemon Diamond and Pearl makes Gen 4 objectively the worst gen.
What are your thoughts on public education?
Whoo, buddy. Okay, so gotta keep this one short for the video. A, it's not good. Done. There you go. No. In all seriousness, is it... And this is talking specifically American public education. Is it bad? Yes. Is it entirely, like, unsalvageable? No. I do think there is its merits. And as someone who in later years went to a technical high school, so it wasn't fully just your academics, there is positives. But overall, if we're just talking objectively, your education system at the current moment, from my experiences, is going through getting yourself ready for a test, coping most of the time, kind of just fake it till you make it till college at that point. Like, I'll leave it at that so I don't drag out this video any more than it already is. But yeah, that's my thoughts on public education.
What's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear is a pretty good one. Before YouTube, I want to preface this because my fears definitely have switched over time. Before YouTube, my biggest fear, like, personally, was probably just, like, it's such a hard thing to describe, but, like, the idea of one day I'm passing, I'm gonna die, and then just no one remembers me. The idea there's just nothing left of me. That conceptually always, like, kind of hurt. But now with YouTube, and knowing there's 200 people who have at least seen my face and heard me say stupid stuff, that at least makes me feel better about myself, and gives me a bit more confidence to go out there and try stuff, because, well, obviously everyone fears death because it's fear of the unknown. I don't have the extra layer of not being remembered as part of that fear anymore, so that allows me to enjoy my life a little more. But that's just personally a me thing. I think besides that, biggest fear, like, nowadays, it's hard to say because I just go by life so relaxed in my day-to-day, so I really don't think about it, which is not a good thing. I will say I've always been such a doubtful person, especially with myself, I do fear a lot is my relationships with people, and especially how I communicate with them and how they feel about me. There's always that lingering doubt. A lot of people have that lingering doubt of how someone sees them, how their actions reflect on them. That definitely is probably my biggest fear, is whenever I do something that's out of the ordinary. I'm a very much weird person, a rather extravagant's definitely not the word, an out there person, with no filter. I love sharing things. So I definitely have that like last long, like in the back of my head, fear of like, did I overdo it? Does this person like me anymore? Did I do something wrong? When I may not have seen it that way, when I may not have felt it that way. And that definitely throughout my entire life has definitely sometimes that has been an issue. But we're all human, we make mistakes, so that kind of makes sense. But like, it's one of those things that I always will doubt an action or two. And there's just no going around it. That's always a fear. That's always something in the back of my mind, always bothering me. Just like, that I messed up. How do others react in response? Because you don't know how they feel or think about something. You just can't. You just physically can't. So at that point, that is when I start to have those doubts that cause me to like get scared and be like, this is the point of no return. Like that's like where my fear kind of goes.
Do you agree with the genetically engineered cat people?
Yep, that makes sense to be right number 18. Right number 18, and that is right. It fits right in with everything else you've asked me so far. So do I agree? No, but that's based off the knowledge I have. To my understanding, they're basically kind of like taking kids and mixing cats with them. Like that's kind of inhuman, like in every sense of the word. But I might be completely wrong. Now, theoretically, say we get past all of this and it's like, hey, we could just make cat people. That's cool. All right. That's just cool. And it's specifically, like, let me make it clear. If we're talking like the cats, like the Cats movie, absolutely not burn it. Burn it alive. Sorry. Nope, not doing that. Those things are terrifying. If we're talking like anime girl cats, like little cat ears, tail, absolutely. Absolutely. Hands down. Absolutely.
You and another driver get into a car accident and kill a pedestrian. The other driver claims they did it, but you know that it was you that was at fault. Would you confess? Like in this scenario, would you confess?
All right. So you just asked me, would I would I claim innocence of being a murderer? That's basically what the question is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so here's the thing, because here's the thing with this question. It says it was a car accident, but I know. So I specifically know it was me at fault for killing this person, whoever this person was. So like, whatever the case, I would have had to have seen that my car that I am driving has hit this person and this person has died. So I've seen that. I have seen the whole thing play out. I'm traumatized, absolutely traumatized. And then another person in court, like, it was me. It was my fault. Other guy's good. So I can let that person go to jail and pay for crimes they didn't commit. Or I could be like, hold up, wait a minute. Not the case. Honestly, I would fess up. I would absolutely fess up. I would have to fess up, I feel. Because my thing of looking at it is, not only have I now done the act of just full on just killing someone, even if it wasn't on purpose, but like, even if it's either I caused this accident or my car or whatever I did in this accident is what caused this person to die, whatever the case, as the one who has killed him, that's on me completely, and I have to atone for that. I have to pay for that. That's just, I'm guilty of murdering someone. That's something that can't be undone. That is something I must now suffer with. And the very least I could do is not let someone else suffer and let that person not only be in jail, but think they did it. Because if I'm able to confess, be like, no, it was me. I did it. Lock me up. Put me in jail. That's on me. Regardless of like specifics of the situation, I feel no matter like how you cut it, I would have to end up confessing. Just in my opinion, I would have to end up confessing that yes, I did it. Put me in jail. Luckily, I have not only never been in a car accident, but never hit a pedestrian or killed someone at that. So this is thankfully a what if at best, and hopefully not a future. But yeah, that is my answer to the question.
What would you do if your channel made money?
So I'm gonna go under the assumption by made money basically mean like if I was just like rich from YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got like the full 20 step plan. So for one, say we start making some decent cash. First thing I'm doing, updating my whole setup. So like a better PC, better mic, more stuff, like a way to capture like 3DS footage, like my Wii with the GameCube, like all that stuff. That's first thing on the list is like just better equipment, proper editing software, like the stuff to better YouTube. Once I've done all of that, like I got the money to do, in my opinion, make the best content I can, then that money is going to me, and what I would be doing with that money is, for one, going first thing first, parents' payments, like cars, house, whatever, that's first. And then I say them first, but if whenever this happens, my sister, if she has any payments, I'd help her out too. I don't think she will. She's very responsible, so I don't think that would be an issue. But theoretically, money there, and then probably just like enough money to keep me going. Like I would just like buy like a game or two with that money, and then end up doing stuff for YouTube with it, like just like your day to day. And then say we go crazy, we go to those like Mr. Beast levels money. I'd probably be doing, I don't want to say charity, because I feel like that's just, because I just don't, I don't know. Wasn't say, I wouldn't be doing fundraisers. I would be giving to charity for sure. I would be doing stuff in support of other things that I can provide money to. But I will say that definitely be like a very much like not often thing, because it'd be hard to find people that I can fully trust, because you never know if you're giving your money to someone and then there's some black market deals. They're maybe a bit shady. You don't fully trust them, or like maybe you don't fully understand what the cause is. Like that's a big like messy area to my understanding. So I probably wouldn't like do it all the time, but that'd probably be end game. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I would do with the money? Because so we do the setup, we help the family, we give some away because there's too much, and then say we keep building, we keep getting more. I think at that point I would probably just make my YouTube into a company at that point. I would just do the full like, because I don't plan on this being my career by any means, it's a side thing. But if I was making that much money, I would full on, for sure, editors, and then I would love to get not, I guess animators would be the term. Artists, that would be it. Artists and editors. Why are you pitching yourself? You know I would offer you.
just saying.
I would definitely want to make a business, a successful business that I could pass on to kids, because I hope to have kids one day. So I love to be able to grow this business, get a ton of money. Hey kids, free job, have fun with it. And then if we keep going and the money just ain't stopping, we're #1 on YouTube somehow, I'd probably start getting other creators involved and start trying to help them better themselves. Because if my company's doing good, my family's doing good, like at that point, if I am doing everything for like the world except other content creators, I'd probably not necessarily like reach out, but like I'd probably try making some way that I can help them, give them a space maybe in the office, or give them some better equipment, whatever the case, just probably help increase the overall YouTube space at that point. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like at that point, that's where I'm kind of reaching, because I feel like at that point that I might just be stingy, just keep the money. I don't, at that point, I might just like, okay, we already got the charities, we're already doing all this. I might not do the full give it away to just random YouTubers. Probably something else though for smaller content creators to get a name out there, but I don't think that would need the money at that point. Yeah, that's what I would do if my channel made a ton of money. So those were definitely 20 questions, all right? Some of the most insane 20 questions I've ever been given in my life. Thanks for that, Chase. Before I finally wrap up this video, I just want to thank you all so much for reaching 200 subs. 100 already seemed like a long shot, and then I somehow closed my eyes and I was at 200. I genuinely can't thank you all enough. This isn't the video for the week. If you've been keeping up with my videos every week, this was not the video for the week. I promise there will be something else that isn't just me sharing who I am. I actually have another video planned, so don't worry. Don't worry. This isn't all you're getting this week. I know, crazy. 200 subs, 2 videos a week. Wow. But in all seriousness, though, thank you so much. It means the world. Thank you, Chase, for helping me with these questions and helping narrate. Would narrate be the term used for this? I
mean, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, you're a great narrator. You know that? You're a great narrator.
Thank you.
Comments. Let Doubledog here know how much you appreciate him.
Please.
just gonna beg you, so please.
I'm so eager to hear them.
Anyway, with that being said, thank you all so much again. Please, I'm not asking for subscribers this time. Share it. Where you're doing the old school. Share it with your friends, your family, your Twitters, your Instas, whatever. Spread the word. Let people know. TrueBlue. Make content. You don't even have to say it's good. Just be like, yeah, I saw this dude the other day. Leave it at that. Honestly, that'd mean the world to me. Share it. Don't subscribe. Don't like. Just share. That's it. Only thing I'm asking. Share the video. Now, with all that being said, I wish you all a lovely day, everyone.